Well, I wish I found you sooner, to be honest.
And you're able to sell a lot of big packages from 1K all the way to 3K and 4K. Can you share with us your consultation process? What are some other things you think that you do that other Medspa owners can get insights from or value from, or other like tips or tricks, things you can share that help you there in the consultation to secure the packages?
Since my business is not just offering body contouring,
Mm-hmm.
so I introduced them to a lot of other services that we have, which is over 100 services.
Oh,
So
wow.
very happy with you. I will continue with you, Freddie. So, this is it's very good experience.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Maya. She's one of my favorite clients. She made $42,000 from us in her first 2 months, and I really wanted to interview her on her sales process, her consultations, everything she does that helped her make $42,000 in her first 2 months with us. Hey Maya, how you doing today?
Hi, how are you? Good, thank you.
And thank you so much for joining with us today. Maya, to get started, could you introduce yourself, give us like a 2 minute breakdown about your background and what got you into the med spa business and the body contouring?
Yep, sure. My name is Maya. I've been in the business since 2017. And we provide body contouring and skin rejuvenation to our clients locally and also out of state as well. My background is actually in dentistry. However, I changed to, aesthetic beauty, and this is where I am today.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Maya. And you do very well. Like you have a very high close rate for the consultation, and you're able to sell a lot of big packages from 1K all the way to 3K and 4K. Can you share with us your consultation process?
Sure. So when client arrives, normally we ask about the what they're trying to achieve, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
the area that they want to get treated. Asking for their background, their health background, whether they've already tried in the past to do the same type of treatment. And then basically there's paperwork they need to fill out, and then so that I can identify whether the service is actually suitable for them or not. Obviously, with the body contouring, it depends on the BMI. So if the clients within the BMI that we believe it's going to be successful, then we, proceed and
Mm-hmm.
explain how the treatment works. And if the BMI is probably a little bit higher, then we recommend a different service that we have, which is for the weight loss system program that we have. And normally, because of the 1 hour window that we have, the consultation, paperwork, and things like that, I normally ask the client to lie down and start having the treatment once they agreed on the area that they want to get treated. And then while they're lying down, normally I ask about whether they are interested in purchasing a package. And I normally explain it to them about how it actually works, why one treatment is not enough,
Mm-hmm.
because everything is a gradual process. A lot of times they are interested, however, due to budget issues, sometimes, they're not in a position to proceed with that without, applying for a payment plan. So I use Cherry payment plan, which just helps a lot. And so I think majority of my clients actually using Cherry to be able to purchase the package.
Nice. Awesome. So you do the consultation while you provide the treatment?
So I do a preliminary consultation,
Oh, yeah,
try to
okay.
understand what it is that they want, because sometimes, they're probably not even suitable for that
Mm-hmm.
session. So if they are suitable candidate for that, then yes, we're going to proceed with that introductory session that we advertise for. And then while they're lying down, like having the treatment, normally I have a little bit more discussion about, how important it is to have more than one sessions, and
Mm-hmm.
explain about our payment plan, explain about, the fact that while they're lying down, I can actually schedule their appointments straight away. So normally they purchase 4 packages. So when they come to the clinic, they have the first session, and then I normally schedule the 3 sessions after that while they're still lying down. So by the
Mm-hmm.
time they're finished, everything's done. They've already done all of the payment, or finalize the payment, and then this 3 appointments already scheduled in advance. All of the clients have the ability to be able to reschedule themselves if they need to, and then so that gives them the flexibility to be able to arrange or plan their time in the future, basically. Yeah.
Nice, that's awesome. So you do like a short consultation in the beginning to make sure the treatment is right for them and their goals and what they're looking for. You make sure you know which area they want to start with. And then while they're laying down and having the treatment, this is when you actually go over the package and everything.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, nice. You have a very high close rate, like you do well, like your patients really like you. What are some other things you think that you do that other Medspa owners can get insights from or value from, or other like tips or tricks, things you can share that help you during the consultation to secure the packages?
Yeah, sure. I think that is just, I believe that not everyone's suitable for, just one particular treatment, right? So the fact that I have different options
Mm-hmm.
for them to choose, it allows me to be able to successfully allocate them to a different treatment should they not, be willing to do the first treatment, or the treatment that they come from, they come for. So for example, with this body contouring or permanent fat, loss that we're trying to advertise, some of the treatments around the neck area, for example, that's going to leave a quite pretty red, mark, and then that can last from 3 to 7 days. So if the client is not willing to go ahead with that, normally I offer a different service. That we do have another service that would allow them to have that same or similar kind of treatment without having any side effects. So, and that normally the price is higher, but this is where the advantage that I have, where if they are thinking of choosing another service, then they will have to pay more than that, than what they come from. Yeah.
Nice. It's really good, like that you have like a lot of options to make sure you can fill their needs and what they're looking for.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's another thing too. For example, let's say, I mentioned before about the BMI, and then probably my opinion is probably thinking that it's not going to be successful, the results of that treatment, then I would suggest for them to probably try a different, treatment. In this case, the weight loss program that we have. Explain to them about how it actually works, show them quickly about the video, how it actually works. And then a lot of people end up choosing that if they believe that the previous treatment is not going to be giving them the same success rate.
Nice. Could you tell us a little bit about that weight loss program?
Oh, okay. Yes. The weight loss programs that I have is actually through New Wave Healthcare. So we normally sell a package, close to $2,000. And again, it's a 9-week program that allows them to be able to reset their metabolism and reduce inflammation in their body, and then also get rid of toxicity and the heavy metals in their body. It's a very natural program that was actually designed by Dr. Warner in Spokane, Washington. So that is actually helps a lot, because a lot of people need to lose weight first before they can actually go into the body contouring.
Yeah.
And that particular new wave weight loss program would allow them to be able to lose on average between 25 to 40 pounds in 9 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So normally after that, when they have, we successfully, giving that opportunity to the clients, and then they, after 9 weeks, they've already lost weight, then they can come back to do the other, service or treatment, which is the body contouring.
That's awesome. And it's really nice. And they probably really appreciate your honesty when you tell them, hey, like for you, like I think your BMI is a bit higher than my other patients. I think you might benefit from something else. I would assume like they really appreciate your honesty in these regards.
I think it's also about, for to educate them that it's very important for them to target the cause of the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and rather than just, trying to band-aid it, then, in this case, just get rid of the
Mm-hmm.
fat. Okay, so we want to make sure that their health is all coming back, they reset their metabolism, they can burn more calories after the
Mm-hmm.
9 weeks, and then so it's also improve their health as well. So a lot of our clients actually manage to stop the medication, for example, the blood pressure medications, or
Nice.
they reverse the diabetes, for A1C, it's dropped down to the normal, rate, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and that's helps a lot with future um, effort for them to be able to, stay healthy. And, if they have a stubborn fat that they need to get rid of, then we can actually introduce M-Sculpt or
Mm-hmm.
the Cool Slimming or cryolipolysis treatment.
Nice. That's awesome. That's great. Another question I really like to ask Maya, especially since you've been in business for a very long time, right? What are things that you know now that you wish you knew when you got started?
Well, I wish I found you sooner, to be honest. Yeah. So your service allows me to be able to get a lot of leads coming through to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with the as you know, we all, as a business owner, we need to advertise, and then we spend a lot of money for the ad spends and spend money for the agency to be able to help us out.
Mm-hmm.
But I've worked with so many of them in the past, and to be honest with you, they don't really produce as many leads to come to the door as you are. So it really helps a lot to be able to have like around, people booked, in a week between, 6 to 15, clients
Mm-hmm.
booked, which is, to me, if I think about the success rate of 30% only, for me to be able to sell the package,
Mm-hmm.
that is actually pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Other things, just diving deep more to what you do in the consultations, do you also focus a lot on their pain points, their motivations as well?
Of course, yes, yes. Of course, when they need to understand, this is part of the reason why it's not everyone's coming to the door will be suitable for cryolipolysis, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we need to make sure that, we discuss about the pain point, and we discuss about what it is they're trying to achieve and how, and whether they've
Mm-hmm.
already tried in the past, and how long they've been trying, for example, and what their goals are and things like that. Yes, that's all part of the consultation or discussion that we had in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. Yeah.
Awesome. And do you also focus on building like a lot of rapport with them, getting to know them, chatting with them, laughing with them, getting them to really feel comfortable?
Normally, so I think a lot of them actually becomes quite comfortable after after we talk for a while, especially after while they're lying down and we talk about a lot of different things. They feel very, very comfortable. They normally start talking about,
Mm-hmm.
their effort in the past, or even a lot of other things that they want to share. So it's really nice to know that I was able to build that confidence and build that
Mm-hmm.
trust. It's very important. It's a lot of them. So I think about 4 or 5 of them coming to have to do the package treatment, but that then they actually book for other treatments such as the plasma pen, or they book for other treatments for skin rejuvenation like HIFU and Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps a lot, from there. So, since my business is not just offering body contouring,
Mm-hmm.
so I introduced them to a lot of other services that we have, which is over 100 services.
Oh,
So
wow.
most of the time they actually stay with us here. And 2 of them actually end up with subscription as well, which is nice.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
When do you introduce the other services?
I don't do that all at the same day, so take
Mm-hmm.
my time. Normally, so this is for patients who bought packages. So when
Okay.
they come for the second treatment, for example, then we
Mm-hmm.
started talking, right? Because there's no other paperwork needs to be filled out.
Mm-hmm.
They arrive, they already know what to do, lying down, and then I just do the treatment. And, during that 30 minutes, service, we just have a little bit of chat about other things. And then I sometimes, while they're still lying down, I show them before and after photos of something, like let's say they have issues with hyperpigmentation, or they have issues with
Mm-hmm.
laxity. And I just show them about the treatment that I have with results, from other patients, for example. And then that's how they're saying, oh, I like that one. How much would that be? And that's when I have the opportunity to be able to sell it. And most of them actually end up, making an appointment for that. So,
Oh,
yeah,
wow. So a lot of the patients who buy like one package, whether from the body contouring or the weight loss, you're
they
saying
end up,
after like a few sessions,
they
like
do the
if they
skin
have other issues,
rejuvenation.
other things they want to work on with their body,
Yes, yes,
a lot of them also end up buying like other services.
that's correct. Yes.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's actually very fortunate to be able to do that. So I
Yeah.
think it's a good things to have different type of services, variety of
Mm-hmm.
services. So, you have the ability to be able to sell that to the
Mm-hmm.
clients. So it's not just one particular type of service.
Awesome. What kind of like to summarize, do you have any other tips or anything else, any other value or any other knowledge, anything you want to share to people that are
Yeah,
watching?
I think what I've learned, and I've had training in the past where it's all about selling, selling, selling. And I believe that you don't really want to do the hard sell. You want to be able to understand where they're coming from, make them feel comfortable to talk about their problems, about what it is that they're trying to achieve. Sometimes they want to achieve something, but then they have a limited budget. Now that this is where it requires a flexibility coming from you. So for example, I have clients who is not in the position to be able to pay with in cash or directly with a credit card, and then so tried to apply with the cherry, and it's got declined, and then they still wanted to do that. So instead of just let them go, I normally say, okay, I'm happy to provide you with an in-house, payment plan, for example. But of course, I will take, all of the information about their credit card, their driver's license, and other documentation. And I'll prepare an payment agreement with them. They sign it. And then, so that helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in terms of the risk is probably higher. However, it gives me the opportunity to be able to let them, become my client too,
Mm-hmm.
because like one of them did that and then end up having money, I don't know, it's just like having increase of income. And then so she was able to actually book for a different service as well.
Oh.
So it's coming back to become, to be flexible about it,
Mm-hmm.
and not to do the hard sell, because most of them normally run away. They don't really want to contact you again, or maybe just ghosting you. Yeah, be nice about it. The other things too is normally I ask for their date of birth, and then
Mm-hmm.
normally I send them a gift card. Um,
Mm.
for the service. I actually give them $200 gift card, so they can actually use the service that I have. As you know, a lot of my services are maybe 500 and above, so it's still, profitable for me. That's all.
That's awesome. I love it. Thank you so much, Maya. And kind of like also to summarize, how's been your experience with Bluefer so far?
No, I'm very happy with you. I will continue with you, Freddie. So, this is it's very good experience. Like I said, you bring a lot of leads coming through, not just leads, I'm talking
Appointments.
appointments. So, and that helps a lot to be able to, upsells and sell different
Mm-hmm.
packages. Even if I don't sell packages, at least it's still going to cover for the ad spend.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at it. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
other agencies, they're not in a position to be able to, or they probably only gives you like about after 2 weeks, that is, maybe only about 4 or 5 appointments, and the appointment's not even on that particular week. Sometimes like within a month, and
Mm.
so that doesn't really help. us as a business owner, because we still have to pay for our, ad spends and maybe even expenses for the consumables and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's just wasted if we don't really get clients coming, or time slot is not full, for
Mm-hmm.
example, that particular week. So with you, I'm very happy with the results so far. And I think we've been doing that now this is our 12 weeks, I think, coming up.
9 weeks. We finished
Is
the
that 9
2
weeks?
months. We finished 2 months 1 week
Okay,
ago.
okay. Yeah, okay. So so far it's very good. I will continue with you. No problem at all.
Thank you so much, Maya. I appreciate it, and thank you so much for sharing kind of like what you do during the consultations, your experiences, offering the other services, being like very patient with them, the way you do the consultations. I think a lot of other clinics will get a lot of value from this interview. So again, thank you so much for your time, and thank you everybody for watching.
Most welcome. Thank you.